Do you realize how powerful your thoughts are? Every emotion you feel, every decision you make, and every action you take begins with a single thought. Yet, most people underestimate this invisible force. The truth is, your mindset shapes your reality. In this video, you'll not only practice your English listening skills, but also discover the science and practical strategies behind positive thinking, so you can transform your life from the inside out. Your thoughts are not just random mental noise. They're the foundation of your entire life experience. Every thought you have sets off a chain reaction. Thoughts shape emotions. Emotions drive behavior, and behavior determines results. Imagine you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough." That single thought triggers feelings of self-doubt and anxiety. As a result, you avoid challenges, procrastinate, or settle for less. Over time, this leads to missed opportunities, weaker relationships, and unfulfilled goals. Negative thinking traps you in a cycle of stress, avoidance, and poor outcomes. On the other hand, a positive mindset works very differently. When you think, "I can figure this out," your brain activates regions linked to motivation and problem solving. Dopamine and other feel-good chemicals are released, increasing focus, creativity, and persistence. You approach difficulties as opportunities instead of threats. This shift in attitude directly influences your actions, which then shapes your reality in powerful ways. Scientific research supports this deeply. A Harvard study found that people with a consistently positive mindset live 7 to 10 years longer on average than those with a negative outlook. They also have 30% lower rates of cardiovascular disease, reduced stress hormones, and stronger immune systems. Positive thinking literally affects your biology, not just your mood. Of course, positive thinking does not mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. Life will always bring challenges, setbacks, and uncertainty. But the way you choose to interpret and respond to those challenges determines your trajectory. A negative mindset says, "This is the end." A positive mindset says, "This is the beginning of something new." Take two people facing the same obstacle, losing a job. One person falls into despair, thinking they are a failure, and gives up searching for new opportunities. The other sees it as a chance to grow, retrain, or start something new. The circumstances are the same. The outcomes are completely different. In short, your thoughts are like the steering wheel of your life. They don't instantly teleport you to a new destination, but they decide which direction you're heading. By mastering your mindset, you take back control over how you feel, act, and ultimately, who you become. The first and most important shift in adopting positive thinking is understanding what it truly means. Positive thinking is not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing your response to it. This distinction may seem small, but it's transformative. A common misconception is that positive thinking is simply wishful thinking or self-delusion. Many people dismiss it as being naive, pretending that problems don't exist, or forcing themselves to smile when things go wrong. But that's not positive thinking, that's denial. Real positive thinking acknowledges the full reality of a situation, both the good and the bad, and then chooses to focus energy on solutions, opportunities, and growth. Let's consider a simple example. Two people lose their jobs on the same day. Person A falls into despair. Their thoughts spiral. "I'm worthless. I'll never find another job." They stop applying, avoid social interactions, and their confidence erodes. Person B, on the other hand, reacts differently. They still feel disappointment. That's natural. But after the initial shock, they ask a different question. What can I learn from this? How can I use this moment to grow? They update their skills, network strategically, or even start a new career path. Over time, Person B transforms a setback into a stepping stone. The external situation is the same, job loss, but the internal response is entirely different. And that response shapes the future. This is the core of positive thinking, not changing what happens to you, but changing how you interpret and act on what happens. One of the most powerful mindset shifts you can make is to replace the question, "Why is this happening to me?" with "What is this trying to teach me?" The first question places you in the role of a victim. The second places you in the role of a learner and creator. When challenges arise, positive thinkers don't deny the pain. They feel it, but they also look beyond it, toward the lessons, the opportunities, and the new paths opening up. This doesn't mean life will suddenly become easy, but it means you will stop being controlled by negativity and start steering your own direction. This mental shift is the foundation for everything else. Once you stop equating positivity with denial, you unlock the power to respond to life with clarity, courage, and creativity. Building a positive mindset is not about forcing yourself to think happy thoughts. It's about consistently applying practical strategies that reshape the way your brain perceives and responds to life. Below are 10 powerful strategies divided into 3 categories: reprogram your mind, manage your inner world, and build positive habits. Reprogram your mind. 1. Practice daily gratitude. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to shift your focus from what's missing to what's already present. Each morning or evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for, big or small. It could be a supportive friend, a warm meal, or simply the fact that you woke up healthy. Example: instead of starting your day scrolling through stressful news, you write, "I'm grateful for my morning coffee, my job, and my family." Over time, this practice rewires your brain to notice abundance rather than lack. Application: set a reminder on your phone or keep a notebook by your bed to make gratitude a daily habit. 2. Use positive affirmations. Your brain believes what you repeat consistently. Affirmations are short, powerful statements that shape your subconscious beliefs. Example: someone who often thinks, "I'm not good enough," can counter that with daily affirmations like, "I am capable. I am learning and growing every day." Application: repeat your affirmations aloud every morning and night, or write them on sticky notes and place them where you'll see them often, on your mirror, computer, or phone. 3. Visualize success. Visualization activates the same neural pathways as actually performing the action. Athletes use it to enhance performance, and you can use it to strengthen your mindset. Example: before a big presentation, visualize yourself speaking confidently, receiving applause, and feeling proud. This primes your brain to act in alignment with that image. Application: spend 2 to 5 minutes each day imagining one goal in vivid detail, the sights, sounds, emotions, and results. 2. Manage your inner world. 4. Challenge negative thoughts. Negative thoughts often appear automatically, but that doesn't make them true. Learn to question them. Example: if you think, "I always mess things up," pause and ask, "Is this absolutely true?" Usually it's not. Replace it with a balanced statement: "I've made mistakes, but I've also succeeded many times." Application: use this questioning technique whenever you catch yourself spiraling into self-doubt or pessimism. 5. Focus on solutions, not problems. Complaining and worrying drain energy. Redirect that energy toward what you can control. Example: instead of saying, "This project is a mess," reframe it: "What are 3 steps I can take to improve this situation?" Application: the next time you face a challenge, force yourself to write down one actionable step immediately. 6. Surround yourself with positivity. Your environment shapes your thoughts more than you realize. The people you talk to, the media you consume, and the spaces you inhabit all influence your mindset. Example: spending time with pessimistic coworkers can make you negative too. But joining a community of learners or listening to uplifting podcasts can lift your energy. Application: audit your environment for 1 week. Identify negative influences and replace them with positive ones. 3. Build positive habits. 7. Smile and use positive body language. Your body and mind are deeply connected. A simple smile or an open posture can shift your emotional state within seconds. Example: when feeling nervous, standing tall and smiling can send calming signals to your brain, making you feel more confident. Application: practice body check-ins throughout the day. Adjust your posture and smile intentionally, even when you don't fully feel like it. Your brain will catch up. 8. Do acts of kindness. Helping others boosts your own happiness. Acts of kindness release oxytocin, the love hormone, which reduces stress and fosters connection. Example: compliment a coworker, hold the door for a stranger, or send an encouraging message to a friend. Application: Set a daily goal of performing at least one small act of kindness. 9. Limit exposure to negative media. Constant exposure to bad news and toxic online content can subconsciously fill your mind with fear and negativity. Example: many people start their day doom scrolling, which sets a negative tone for hours. Application: set boundaries. Check the news once a day, mute negative accounts, or replace 10 minutes of scrolling with reading something inspiring. 10. Meditate and practice mindfulness. Mindfulness trains you to observe thoughts without being controlled by them. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day can reduce stress and increase emotional clarity. Example: sitting quietly and focusing on your breath helps you notice when negative thoughts arise, so you can choose not to follow them. Application: start with 1 minute per day and gradually build up. Apps, timers, or simple breathing exercises can support you. These 10 strategies are not quick fixes. They're mental exercises that, when practiced consistently, rewire your brain for optimism, resilience, and clarity. Positive thinking becomes natural not through wishful hope, but through daily, intentional action. When it comes to positive thinking, the most important takeaway is this: it's not about pretending life is perfect. It's about training your mind to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Here are the core lessons that bring everything together. 1. Your mind is a filter. Every day, your brain receives thousands of pieces of information, but it doesn't process everything equally. Instead, it filters reality based on what you focus on. If you constantly look for problems, your brain will find them everywhere. But if you train yourself to focus on possibilities, gratitude, and solutions, your emotional state and actions shift accordingly. For example, two people can experience the exact same situation, like losing a job, yet one falls into despair while the other sees a chance for reinvention. The difference lies in the filter through which they view reality. 2. Positivity is a skill, not a trait. Many people mistakenly believe that some are simply born positive, and others are not. But research shows that positive thinking is a trainable mental habit, just like learning a language or playing an instrument. Daily practices such as gratitude journaling, mindfulness, and affirmations gradually rewire the brain's neural pathways. Over time, positivity becomes more automatic, not because life gets easier, but because your mindset gets stronger. 3. Small mental habits lead to big life shifts. Massive change rarely happens overnight. Instead, it's the tiny, consistent mental choices that transform your outlook over months and years. A simple daily practice, like challenging one negative thought, expressing gratitude before bed, or visualizing success for 5 minutes, may seem insignificant in the moment. But compounded over time, these habits create profound shifts in emotional resilience, focus, and overall happiness. 4. Gratitude and self-awareness are the foundation. Gratitude grounds you in what is good, while self-awareness helps you catch negative thought patterns before they spiral. Together, they act as the stabilizing base of positive thinking. Without gratitude, positivity can feel forced. Without self-awareness, negative thoughts can quietly take over. Cultivating both gives you the clarity and emotional strength to consciously choose your mental state. 5. Your environment either fuels or drains your positivity. Even the strongest mindset can be undermined by a consistently negative environment. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the spaces you inhabit all influence your thoughts. If your surroundings are filled with pessimism, drama, or constant noise, maintaining positivity becomes an uphill battle. By intentionally choosing uplifting people, calming spaces, and inspiring content, you make positivity the natural default. In essence, positive thinking is not about escaping reality. It's about consciously shaping your inner world so that you can navigate the outer world with clarity, strength, and hope. We live in an era where information flows endlessly, pressure builds constantly, and uncertainty seems to be the new normal. Across the globe, rates of depression, chronic stress, and burnout are rising at alarming levels. Many people feel mentally exhausted, emotionally numb, or stuck in cycles of negativity without realizing that one of the most powerful tools for change lies within them: their mindset. The science is clear. Positive thinking is not wishful thinking. It's a measurable, trainable mental skill that has a direct impact on well-being and performance. A study from Stanford University found that practicing gratitude for just 3 weeks, by writing down a few things you're thankful for each day, increases overall happiness by 25%. That's not a small shift. It's a mental upgrade that affects emotional resilience, relationships, and even physical health. Meanwhile, Harvard research revealed that people with a positive mindset are 31% more productive, have 37% higher sales, and are 3 times more creative than their peers. This isn't because they live easier lives, but because their mindset allows them to recover faster, think more clearly, and act with greater intention in the face of challenges. On a societal level, this is a crucial message. In a world dominated by negative headlines, online outrage, and endless comparison, positive thinking is not a luxury. It's a survival skill. It allows individuals to maintain mental clarity, emotional balance, and long-term motivation despite external chaos. A positive thinker isn't someone who ignores problems, but someone who chooses to respond with solutions and hope instead of fear and despair. Communities, workplaces, and families benefit enormously when individuals adopt this mindset. Positive thinking spreads. One person's shift in perspective can uplift their environment, encourage collaboration, and create a ripple effect of optimism. Over time, these small personal changes contribute to stronger, more compassionate societies. This is why training your mind to think positively matters so deeply. It's not about being naive. It's about choosing growth over fear, action over victimhood, and resilience over hopelessness. Imagine if every day, instead of reacting to negativity, you directed your energy toward growth, learning, and contribution. Ask yourself, if you could train your mind to focus on growth instead of fear, how much more could you achieve? How different would your life look a year from now? The power is already inside you. It just needs consistent practice to be unleashed. Positive thinking is not a magic spell that instantly erases challenges. It's a daily choice, repeated over and over again, until it becomes a natural way of living. Your thoughts won't change the world overnight, but they will change how you experience it. And that, over time, changes everything. Throughout this lesson, we've explored why your thoughts shape your reality, the power of shifting perspectives, and 10 practical strategies to train your mind toward positivity. From practicing daily gratitude to challenging negative thoughts, from surrounding yourself with uplifting influences to visualizing success, each strategy is simple, but their cumulative impact is profound. Here's the key. You don't need to apply all of these strategies at once. Real transformation begins with just one intentional step. Choose one practice that resonates with you and commit to it this week. It could be as simple as writing down 3 things you're grateful for every morning to rewire your focus toward abundance. Challenging one negative thought each day by asking, "Is this absolutely true?" and replacing it with a more empowering perspective. Visualizing your goals for 2 minutes every night, planting seeds of belief and direction in your subconscious mind. What matters most is consistency. Like exercising a muscle, the more you train your mind to choose positivity, the stronger it becomes. Over time, this habit will influence your emotions, decisions, relationships, and opportunities in ways you might not fully see yet, but will deeply feel. So, starting today, make that conscious choice. Not tomorrow, not someday. Today, pick one strategy and begin. Because in the end, positive thinking is not about ignoring the storm. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. And once you master that, no challenge will ever have the power to control your inner world again.